Y'all, it has been so hard for me to move on from this drama. Lovely Runner is that girl. Today's motif is episode 12, Imsol. Well, 선재야! 선재야! I can't be doing this, I'm too old for this. Hi everyone, it's Jessica, your fave Asian drama fangirl. Now if y'all watched my previous video, you probably know how this review is gonna go, but today I'm going to be talking about the ever popular Korean drama Lovely Runner. So let's dive in! The drama starts off with Imsol, who is paraplegic and has basically lost all hope for her life. That is until she receives a call from a random radio show wherein lead singer of the group Eclipse, Ryu Sunjae, is doing promotions. She becomes super upset while on the call because why are you able-bodied people bothering me? But in a spur of the moment, he thanks her for being alive and gives her hope to see the sunshine for tomorrow. And it somehow works.
듣고 있어요? 듣고 있죠.
엄마 이거 좀 꺼.
고마워요. 살아있어줘서. 이렇게 살아준 것만으로도 다행이라고. 고맙다고 할 거예요. 곁에 있는 사람은.
Years later, this girl is deep in the fandom, with Sunjae as her ultimate bias. She finally gets a chance to go to his concert. Unfortunately, after somehow miraculously getting to meet him afterwards, she finds out he allegedly commits suicide. At that moment, she somehow ends up going back in time 15 years, and so of course she makes it her goal to try and save him. This drama is a time-slip romantic comedy with a same-age couple, and we see them as 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and 34-year-olds. Lovely Runner was released this year in 2024 and is based on a web novel turned webtoon titled Tomorrow's Best. In terms of pacing, there were 16 episodes at about an hour each. By the way, if you want to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now y'all know I had to hop onto this drama ASAP Rocky because it has been heavily hyped. I kept on seeing headlines that it was the #1 drama on Viki this year, and as a serial binge watcher who is terrible at keeping up with weekly releases, as soon as all the episodes were uploaded, you know I had to take the plunge. Alright, so let's get into the actors playing our main leads. For our female lead, we have Kim Hae-eun. She garnered fame through her roles in Sky Castle and Extraordinary You, which is actually where I personally know her from. I'm gonna be honest, I thought she was a little whiny in Extraordinary You, so I was a little hesitant to see what her acting would be like in this drama, but I will say that it was actually quite enjoyable. Allegedly, the drama was written specifically with her in mind, so if she didn't accept the role, this drama would not have been made, which is crazy considering how popular it is now. For the male lead, we have Byung-woo. Surprisingly, this is his first main lead role in a drama. It feels like a lot of people are just now discovering that he had supporting roles in other shows, but in more recent times, he played the role of the villain in the flop drama Strong Girl Namsoon. It was the spin-off that I admittedly did not tune into because of all the criticism that I heard about it, but I don't know, I might watch it for him. Regardless, his performance in Lovely Runner has completely catapulted him into stardom. I remember when the show was first announced and saw that the two of them got casted together. I remember specifically thinking, dang, another tall girl for Hae-eun? Because obviously she was paired with Rowoon before, and I remember that height difference was also pretty crazy. Like, don't your necks hurt? It's a whole foot difference. Regardless, the chemistry between these two was so good. I and many others who watched the behind the scenes and promotional interviews could tell how comfortable the two got with one another after filming for 10 months. I don't know if it's fan service or what, but it's a ship, I fear. I know it's not healthy to ship actors, but also, I'm just old and married. Like, I just want to see two beautiful people be happy together, alright? I feel like when you start to ship actors together in real life, it really speaks to their romantic chemistry, which these two were absolutely giving. Alright, now let's get into the storytelling. Now, okay, first and foremost, they start off this drama, you know, when she goes back in time, with the depiction that Imsol is the only one who likes or cares about Sunjae. But like, let's be real, with these looks and this height, you're telling me no girls cared about him? Anyway, this girl is chasing Sunjae around when they had never even spoken beforehand, and he seems like he's questioning who the heck this crazy chick is.
우리 같이 살자. 응? 같이 살아보자.
같이 살아? 직진! 직진이야, 직진!
However, then episode 2 comes around and y'all, that plot twist had me seated. It changed my entire perspective of what I thought the drama was gonna be, and it really painted a picture from both sides. Now, in terms of how the story progressed, I felt like the pacing worked really well for this drama, as we saw Imsol go back and forth between the past and the present, and we got to see how her decisions in the past really impacted what happened to her and Sunjae's future. Generally though, at the core of everything, it's really just this messaging that like, what's meant to happen will happen. Almost like a predetermined fate. Have y'all watched those more recent like Spider-Verse films? I would say the concept is similar to that, but more romantic and rooted in real life, so no superpowers. There were so many parallels across the different universes or timelines that Imsol traveled to that pointed to these predetermined fates, almost like canon events. Sunjae and Imso will always be connected, Eclipse will always be a band, a serial killer will always be the serial killer, someone's always gonna die, etc. Now when I went back to watch this drama for this video, I was able to identify those parallels a lot more, but I really love how they integrated it into this drama. Now I did read some people criticizing the whole time travel aspect, especially with regards to the fact that Imso can freeze time whenever she talks about future events.
너 이번 대회 나가면 안 돼.
왜?
너 그 대회 나가면 또 부상당해. 다신 수영 못하게 돼. 그니까 나가면 안 돼.
But y'all, let's be real, this is a time travel drama. Maybe I'm giving the drama too much of the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like you have to keep an open mind when it comes to plot holes with this type of story because it's a little complicated. The more rules you reveal to your audience, the more likely they are to question it. So for me, unless a character is acting, well, uncharacteristic, or they really mess up something with the storyline, I try not to think too deeply about the mechanics behind it. Alright, so let's get into the breakdown of our main characters. Starting off with Im-sol. Now, I'm not referring to what she was like in the very beginning because it was an integral part of her backstory to feel frustrated or helpless, but generally she is optimistic, persevering, and strong-willed. I mean, she was really just out here trying to make sure Sunjae doesn't die and, you know, kind of fell in love with him a little bit, which, like, valid.
후후 불어먹어라.
나 같은 성덕이 어딨어 진짜.
뭐?
You could kind of tell that she was getting desperate around the midway point since, you know, her methods of trying to save Sunjae weren't really working out the way that she wanted them to, so I really couldn't blame her for the choices that she made. I mean, sure, she didn't seem to always act or think like a 30-year-old, but like keep in mind the original Im-sol is basically this 30-year-old fangirl who had deemed her life over after her accident in high school. Like, maybe she didn't allow herself to turn into this level-headed 30-year-old that we might expect her to be. Now for our male lead, undoubtedly the star of the show, Ryu Sunjae. Have y'all ever heard of the concept of loserism? I'm talking Simp City, endlessly loyal, one true love kind of guy? That's him. He is that.
안 돼.
Truly one of, if not the most, obviously written by a women character in all of the K-dramas that I've watched, and I ate that up. I mean, really, with the edits that I've been seeing, we all did. Sunjae seems like the most unrealistic character in the world with his undying dedication, which I guess could be kind of interpreted as like borderline obsession, if only he wasn't also attractive, a former swim star, and someone who becomes a famous actor slash singer. Despite me recognizing that his character is simply a fantasy, he has got to be one of my favorite male leads in a K-drama of all time. What can I say? I love a male lead that's devoted to his woman. Alright, so as if I haven't already been talking about all the things that I really love about this drama, let's get into my favorite parts. I'm trying and honestly failing at not being biased here, but I loved everything. As of right now, it's definitely my top drama of 2024. The story, the romance, and comedy, the acting, the chemistry, it was all there. Special shout out to the side characters, particularly Sunjae's bestie Baek and Hyuk, and the kinda sorta second male lead Taesung.
아유, 나 코옆에 묻었다.
어디?
여기.
여기?
여기.
됐어?
응, 깨끗해졌다.
I also surprisingly loved the bickering relationship between the parents of our main leads. Sometimes the humor doesn't hit for me, but this time it really worked. On top of all of that, I loved the styling, especially as they age, and of course, the music, y'all. I am in a chokehold. In the past month alone, I think I've listened to the OST at least once a day. Like, Byeon Musuk, where were they hiding you and your vocals? Standing ovation. Wow. In case y'all are curious, this was my favorite track. Let's talk a little bit about my not so favorite parts. Now, usually I feel like I kind of have at least one thing to say here, but I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I was just sad that it ended. I feel like I could have had at least 3 more episodes of just like fluff or tropey relationship things, like they fight and make up, or a cute jealousy moment, maybe their married life, or, you know, I don't know, a kid scene maybe. I would not be mad. I truly would have eaten it up. But you know, now that I think about it, if there was one thing that I wish was better, I think it would be that the necklace that Sunjae gives Im-sol was better. No, because like, why was it the most bland necklace with like just an S on it? It was like a whole just like dog tag. I don't know, maybe it's just because Sunjae chose it when he was young, but like, if it was cute, I absolutely would have tried to get one for myself. Instead, I just bought a couple keychains. Yes, for myself. Alright, now getting into my final ratings and recommendation. As you can tell from everything that I've said, this drama for me was a 9.5 out of 10. Since this is my top drama this year, I would just generally recommend this if you're looking for a romantic comedy. And you don't mind the whole fantasy time travel component. But also, if you love the simp male lead trope, or you just generally want to see what all the hype is about, definitely, yes, go watch this. Now, just as a reminder, everyone has their shows that they're weak for, and this drama just happened to encompass everything for me. And I hope that even if you didn't feel the same, we can have a cute little discussion about it, because I love reading or hearing about how people experience a show. Like, let's talk about it. That being said, that's my review of Love Rerunner. Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to comment down below. Did y'all watch the drama? Did you think it was overhyped? Are you in love with Sunjae as much as I am? Also, let me know if there are any other dramas you want to see me watch and review in the future. Take care and be safe!